Hey, what's up guys? My name is Phil and welcome to the Detailing Workshop. In today's video, we're going to focus on 4 things that you want to think about before you even start a detailing business. So guys, welcome to the Detailing Workshop. In these videos, we're striving to really help you start and maintain your detailing business. Now, this isn't going to go much into being an entrepreneur. This is really focusing on the nitty-gritty of detailing and all of the ins and outs of the business of detailing as well. Now, I do not count myself as any type of financial advisor, so when it comes to the financial aspect of running your business, there are many things to think about. So keep the financial aspect in mind, but we're really going to be focusing more on running and maintaining the detailing business. So guys, what are those 4 things that we're going to be talking about? So the first one is count the cost. So what does that mean to count the cost? Well, it means, do you have capital or money to start your business? Now, the great thing about detailing, either mobile or in a garage or a shop environment, is you don't really need a ton of money to start. Now, of course, in a shop environment, there are things to think about, shop rent and all of those things. Let's talk about the mobile detailing and running it out of your garage if you have one. So with mobile detailing, you can really keep things on a low budget. So what are the things that you're going to need to start a business? Well, first and foremost, you're going to need chemicals. You're going to need the soaps, the shampoos, the brushes, and the tools to effectively and efficiently clean a vehicle inside and out. Now, does this mean you have to go out and get the best of the best and spend all this money on the best products out there? And I say best with air quotes. We'll talk about the best products or what that means in other videos. Well, not necessarily. You can actually go to your local Walmart or local AutoZone or Advanced Auto or any other automotive store that sells detailing chemicals and start there. Now, I know what you're going to be saying. You're comparing yourself to those other guys who are using the highest end chemicals out there. You don't need to do that. To start your business, you're going to need to start small. Don't start up here because, well, it's going to be difficult and you could set yourself up for disaster. Start with chemicals that are easy to get and that you can dilute to high ratios. One great example of an all-purpose cleaner, for example, is Super Clean. That you can get almost anywhere, and you can dilute it up to 10-to-1 or even 15-to-1 and use it on the inside and outside of your vehicle. It cleans exceptionally well and it's very affordable. You can also buy affordable shampoos like the Turtle Wax Max Power Shampoo. Extremely affordable, and you again can dilute it to many different ratios to get what you need out of it. It cleans well and it's easy to use out in the sun. And there are many other chemicals that you can start with that are affordable and easy to get your hands on. Now, there are things like extractors and steamers that you do need to get perhaps later on. I would in fact suggest to get a steamer first. I have some suggestions down below for affordable steamers. I do like the McCulloch line of steamers. I've actually had every single one of them, but for us, we are using them extensively, and in a professional world, I don't think they stand up. So you will need to upgrade later on to a heavier duty steamer, but you can start with that McCulloch steamer first. It does get the job done. It works very well. Just be gentle with it. Now, what about an extractor? Do you need to go out and buy the new Mighty Light Pro? Not necessarily. If you don't have the money for it yet, don't worry about that. You can get by with the little Bissell Heated Pro extractors, and those work exceptionally well. Again, later on, you can upgrade to the bigger, more professional machines. Now, things like brushes and towels, those you can get pretty cheap and almost anywhere. So I will have a list of all the different things down below, and if I miss something, if you are looking for a particular brush or a particular towel, then let me know, message me, or email me at mirandadetailing.com, and I'll send some suggestions to you. Now, don't worry about getting the best microfibers out there. You're going to start with affordable ones, and then you can have designated towels, nicer, plusher, more expensive towels for other jobs later. I love using the Kirkland yellow towels. They're super affordable, and you get a pack of 36. So I think those are an excellent deal, and I still use them to this day. In fact, I use them even on paint correction jobs and ceramic coating jobs, and they haven't failed me. Now, there is one thing about those towels that I think give them a bad rap. Every once in a while, from Amazon, you get a bad package. So if you get a package of towels, just open one up and test it. Make sure that it's nice and soft. If it feels crunchy, send it back, return it, it's just a bad batch. I've had that happen a couple of times, and I think some people have ordered those towels, gotten those bad batches, and wrote them off completely. Don't do that. Return it, get another one, and when I've done that, I got a nice package of towels after that. Just a little bit of quality control, not a big deal. They're super affordable, so I don't worry about that. Now, the second thing you want to think about is understanding your demographic. So what does that mean? Well, your demographic is where you live in the country or in the world. It means the neighborhood you live in, your work area. What type of people live there? Are they higher income? Are they lower income? Do they love their cars and take care of them? Are you in an area where the climate is conducive to detailing, where you're not suffering with winter weather for 8 months out of the year? So if you're in an area where the weather is good for the majority of the year, and people love their cars and you see them cleaning their cars all the time, well, that could be a good sign. Not to say that you couldn't detail in areas, say, up in Canada where it's winter most of the time. It can be done. But again, starting a business from scratch can be a challenge. That's up to you. Make sure to do that research and know your demographic. You also have to think about the income in your area. Are they higher income, lower income, in the middle? Think about that. Do some research and figure that out, because that is going to make a difference on how you price your services. We'll talk about pricing and services in other videos. Now, the third thing that you want to think about is do your research. Now, I know that seems like a lot. That's probably going to be one of the most important things is research. Now, I say research kind of in a broad way because, well, all of this is research. You're going to have to do research on your demographic. You're going to have to do research on counting your cost, all of that stuff. But what I mean by research in this way is the actual detailing side of it. Now, you could go onto forums and ask lots of questions, and I say that was kind of the older way of doing things. You can still do that, but you need more visual. YouTube is great for doing research. You can actually see people doing the work. So check out our other channel at Miranda Detailing, where you can actually see work being done. And I try my best to explain things as best as I can so that you can get a good idea of how to wash, prep, polish, interior details, ceramic coatings, all of those different types of services. And you can pretty much do all that research on that channel and many other channels to get a good idea of how to detail a vehicle. You'll hear me say this a lot about detailing services. The variables are innumerable. You have to think about variables. Again, think about where you are in the country. Think about the type of water that you're using. Is it hard well water? Is it city water? Is it treated? Can you deionize that water? That's another cost that you have to think about. You may have to filter your water through a DI system, and that can cost money. The weather will also play a role. If it's sunny, if it's overcast, your heat, your humidity, all of those things can affect the cleaning chemicals and even the protection that you're putting on the vehicle. Over time, you'll get used to those variables and you'll understand what chemicals you'll need for any given situation. It's always a learning process. There's always new chemicals coming out, new products coming out, new tools. So don't just jump onto every new product or every new tool. Start with ones that are affordable, that you are starting to use at first, and get to know them well. Then you can broaden out and try other chemicals and other products later on. And feel free to ask other detailers. Now, some may not want to share all of their secrets, but that's up to them. I want to help you to start the business and maintain it. Now, I can only help so far. The rest of it is going to be up to you. It's going to depend on your drive and your passion for detailing and for starting a business. Not everyone can make it, and it may be a struggle at first. So again, those are things that you're going to have to keep in mind and be very realistic about. The detailing workshop is here at our garage, and we offer that one-on-one training. We can do 1 day, up to 5 days, whatever you need. So check out the website down below at thedetailingworkshop.com. Now, the fourth and final thing is practice. Practice, practice. I know that's 3 things, but it's 3 for repetition. Practice your craft. So when I say practice, choose friends' vehicles and relatives' vehicles, ones that are really nasty, and cut your teeth on those. Choose a really nasty vehicle because that's really going to help you understand cleaning nasty vehicles. You're going to learn very quickly that some things do not come out 100%. You can't believe everything that you see here on YouTube either. So again, going back to that third point about research, watch, learn, and listen. But Eventually, you're going to have to make up your own mind as to what products work for you and what methods work for you, and you are going to have to be realistic. So say if you're cleaning really nasty cloth seats that have all sorts of stains and you don't know what those stains are and the customer has no idea what those stains are and it's just years of nasty buildup, and you hit it with everything that you've got, your steamer, your extractor, all the strongest chemicals that you have, and they still don't clean up, you're going to feel defeated. And you're going to think to yourself, well, I see it on YouTube all the time. Guys just simply hit it with a chemical, drill brush it, extract it, and everything looks perfect. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. You're going to have your expectations in check. You can't think that every job is going to come out perfect. And you're going to have to prep the customer for that as well. Don't tell them you can clean it up 100%. You're going to have to let them know that I'm going to make it look better, I'm going to try my best, but we never know. There are different types of cloth seats in every sort of year and model vehicle. Not every one of them is the same. That's a variable. If you've cleaned cloth seats before with a certain chemical and a certain process and they came out great, you try that same process on a different vehicle, different year, different variables, because it's a different person, of course, and they may be eating something completely different than the last person, or something else happened on that seat completely different than the last person. Those are the variables that we're talking about. So you attack it in the same method and it doesn't clean up very well. Those are the variables that I'm talking about. And you're going to have to practice and keep on trying different things. But remember, be realistic. Not everything is going to clean up 100% of the time. I'm always going to shoot for better, improved. If it comes out 100%, excellent. I'm super happy. But if not, I'm going to make sure to tell the customer beforehand that it may not clean up 100%. So as you gain experience and you clean vehicles like that, you will begin to understand the reality of detailing. And you're going to have to communicate that to your customer as well. So when getting into compounding and polishing and paint correction, you're going to have to also think about the variables. How old the car is, if it was repainted before, has someone else already compounded it heavily and now it's scratched up again, how much are you going to compound? You may have to get a cheaper paint depth gauge just to get an idea of how much clear coat is on there. So again, those are different types of variables that you have to think about. Now when it comes to the products to use for compounding and polishing and protecting, again, many different variables. Different year and models have different types of paint. So whatever favorite product that you usually go to and usually use to compound or polish may not cut it, or it may cut too much and leave marring. So then you'll have to adjust. More cut, less cut. Now when it comes to compounds and polishes, there are so many. But again, you can keep things simple. Check this video out here. We use very affordable and simple products to get amazing results. Starting with those products, you can venture out and try different products later on. Don't get everything all at once. Try some of those basic compounds and polishes first, then you can broaden out your product selections later on. So guys, those are just 4 things. There are many, many more. But at least those are 4 things that I can really think of right now that can help you to start your detailing business. So again, count the cost, know your demographic, do your research, and practice. So we will have more videos on pricing, how to talk to customers, and so much more on this channel. If you have any questions or any other ideas for future videos, let me know down below. What would you like to see me talk about? Now, again, there may be some subjects and some things that I may not know. So if I see some questions down below, I'll address them and say either I don't know, but I'll point you in the right direction if I can. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you are interested in more videos like this, consider subscribing and clicking that bell so you don't miss stuff. And check out the other channel at Miranda Detailing as well. There you'll see tons of interior and exterior videos, reviews, tutorials, and so much more. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.